Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of You're Gonna Love This. I am your host, Adam Moshcatel, and with me this week is my good friend and comedian, Carl Powers.
Hey everybody, you're gonna love this.
You're the first person to actually say that, besides me. I say it every episode.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna love it. It's gonna be a real treat for them.
I'm glad. I just realized I don't have, there's my notebook. Gotta take notes. You gotta take notes.
Notes are important, you know?
Very. I'm moving my stuff around. Carl, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I've had a pretty good day. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's hot out there, but hey, that's Los Angeles for you, baby.
There you go. Quick recap for Carl and our listeners. So far, there have been 3 episodes. The goal of the podcast is to create the perfect song for my guest. As of now, I have not been able to do that. 0 for 3 on the first 3. Your roommate Byron was one of the first 3.
Okay, yeah.
He gave me a hard no on the perfect. Biggest takeaway so far from the first 3 is that I'm not very good at writing enough lyrics for a perfect song in under 10 minutes.
Okay, so it's the time constraint.
I think that's been the biggest
Musically,
thing.
you've been fine. It's the lyrics?
Musically, it's been okay. Yeah,
Okay,
I haven't had a lot of serious complaints about the music.
The music, okay, yeah.
I mean, like, eventually, the music's gonna need to get better. I don't think it's really at perfect levels of musicality.
Yeah.
But that's not the obvious problem.
Sure.
At this point.
Okay.
Byron, because of Byron, I now have to ask this question. I'm gonna start with this, even though I haven't before.
We're getting off to a good start.
We are, yeah. Byron, when I wrote his song, he was upset when one of the lyrics said the sun was shining and it was cloudy outside. So now I have to ask all my guests, do you have a problem with lying in music?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I think Byron's probably going to be the only one that takes that.
Lying in music is great.
I think so. Most songs, most art has a lie in it.
Hyperbole, at least.
Yeah. I guess his complaint was like, I usually don't know what is going on with the artist, and in this case, I'm watching you write the song, so I know it's not sunny outside.
And so he wanted 100% honesty.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it's you know, but for my perfect song, you don't need to be 100% honest.
Okay, I'm glad. It just
it's to each their own. I can understand that. But...
Yeah, and I don't want to fuck that up again, and you know, have another person who requires absolute honesty in all of their art.
Let's get it out of the way. Dishonesty, perfectly fine in music in my eyes.
All right, good. Second question. This is another thing where it'll just make my life easier if the answer is no. But again, I'm trying to make a perfect song, so if the answer is yes, I got to deal with it. Do you need rhyming in your lyrics? How do you feel about rhyming?
It depends on what kind of song you're trying to write.
That's true.
Like if you're writing a rap, I'd hope for some rhyming. Like it doesn't need to be perfect rhyming. Like I'm okay with like. As long as it sounds cool and like rhymes, like I'm okay with like not like
near
perfect.
Rhymes are okay.
Yeah, like I'm more of a sound guy than like a lyrics guy. Like
sure.
I don't really care about lyrics that much.
That's good.
Yeah,
because there's very little to care about in the lyrics that I make.
Yeah. I'm like in pretty much all the music I listen to, I don't expect to understand all of the lyrics.
Yeah, that's good.
Like. I don't care if I don't like. I have some of my favorite songs. I know 4 lyrics of maybe. Like I listen to a fair amount of death metal. Like I'd say this year I've gotten back into death metal. I listened to a lot of death metal when I was in like high school and stuff. And then around college I kind of mellowed out on death metal. And like I kind of didn't really have any friends who liked death metal. And then I moved to LA and I've met people who also like death and thrash and like all sorts of good metal. And so like I'm like, "Oh, cool." Like I'm gonna start listening to this again and like.
Yeah, I will say I mean we went to college together for a year,
couple years.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean I didn't know you for one of them, but I don't think people at the University of Washington were super heavy into any kind of metal, let alone black death thrash metal.
I'm not into black metal. I want to make that distinction. Like,
okay. Can you distinguish black metal and death metal for me?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so like black metal's a lot of like. In my view of it, black metal is a lot of kind of playing the same notes like really fast and for a long time, and eventually that kind of merges into like one kind of sound, and then you play like a different note, and you're playing very fast, but like overall the melody is very slow.
I see.
And whereas like death metal, and like specifically I really like melodic death metal, so like your like Black Dahlia Murder, Children of Bodom, In Flames, kind of more into metalcore too, if you want to talk about like Killswitch Engage.
Sure. Those you've listed. This has been. You're the first person who, when they say band names, I've recognized at least some of them.
Oh, really?
For the last 3 episodes, every time I've asked somebody, what do you listen to? They tell me a band that I've never heard of.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets me nowhere, so I've like felt... I felt like I shouldn't do that anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You're reinvigorating me. It feels good. It feels great.
So like I've been listening to like I'd say like... I don't know, like I've been thinking about this before I came on the podcast. I think my 3 favorite genres of music are melodic death metal, trap, like rap trap, not like techno trap.
Okay.
Techno. I can't believe I used the word techno in 2016. People don't say techno, do they? Like other than people who like don't listen to electronic music. It's electronic music.
It is. It's electronica, I guess is might be the more, but it's such a longer word.
I hear electronic music more often. I don't know.
Both of them are so much longer, and I don't want to say EDM.
Yeah, I don't want to, but it makes the most sense.
But it's not. I mean, most of the time, if I'm listening, I mean, I guess most of the time, most of the people who listen to electronic music are probably dancing to it.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I listen to music, I'm not dancing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really apply. It feels like it's the wrong phrase to use. Electronica feels right, but it's just so long. I don't want to say that every time I want to talk about it.
Yeah, and it feels a little outdated too. Like electronica, like I'm thinking of like that band United States of Electronica, who was like not that good. They would always play like Bumbershoot and stuff. I don't think they're that good. But okay, so my 3 favorite genres of music are like melodic death metal, trap, and I love pop divas.
Okay.
Like I love big, strong, like female entertainers.
We're talking
like Mariah Carey is my favorite. Love Rihanna.
Yeah.
I love Rihanna. I love I kind of like the danceable ones. Like I'm not Adele's fine, but like she's not that fun.
Yeah.
Like it's very miserable music. And like I like miserable music. As I said, I like death metal. Like it doesn't get much more some death metal is miserable, although it's kind of tongue-in-cheek at times with death metal.
Right. It feels like it's more like, the world kind of sucks, let's be way too angry about it.
Yeah, and like, farcically angry.
Right.
Like...
and Adele's like, no, this is how sad the world is.
And you're like, oh yeah, it does suck to get broken up. Yeah. Like,
and it does
This
suck,
is very
Adele.
true.
I have a problem, it's a whole nother thing, but like with like the Sam Smith Adele type people, the like white people who are good at singing kind of like how black people sing, and then they get super popular because of it. I just have a problem with, not with their music, but with their level of popularity. Yeah. It feels weird.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. I can't believe that Sam Smith has a second successful album. Like, I thought like the first Sam Smith album, I was like, that's exactly how much Sam Smith I expected the world to want.
Right.
I'm like, great. We got a couple songs, like, we get it. Like, he doesn't really do anything else other than that, just kind of, like, singing like that, like,
warbles.
Won't you stay with me, or whatever, I don't know. And, like, he sings like that, and, like, it's like, okay, and then he came out with the second album, and people were like, it sold a lot, and, like, people liked it, and I'm like, how, I don't understand how this is different, and, like, I don't get it, and I wasn't expecting people to really be on board, because he's not that charismatic, like, I don't know.
He's white. Is there anything?
So is
So is a lot of
There's
people.
a lot of unsuccessful white people too.
It's
like,
true.
why is Sam Smith successful?
I don't know. Is vulnerable, quote unquote?
He is vulnerable.
Is he vulnerable?
Yeah. He seems vulnerable.
Yeah, I guess he does.
Which is something that I don't like in my. Well, I guess some of the pop divas are vulnerable, but like, I'd say that like, death metal and rap are like the 2 least vulnerable genres.
For sure. Like, did you hear there was a what's his name? God, how can I not remember? Chance's friend, Vic Mensa.
Vic Mensa, yeah.
He just released a song that was super vulnerable.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. It's about his like depression and his and like the drug abuse that he's been going through the past couple years. Real serious, but it's like, that's the one vulnerable rap song I can really picture. I mean,
and
Drake
Drake is very vulnerable. Actually, like that. I take that back. Drake is
he's leading that charge though.
But then again, like he's like kind of vulnerable, but he's also like
He also talks about how great his life is, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm vulnerable because, like, this girl was mean to me.
Yeah.
Then I went to the club.
But then we're like, he's vulnerable, but then when you break it down, you're like, oh, like, he's, like, upset because one of his 2 model girlfriends is upset with him. Like, I'm it's like, oh, wow, he's showing emotion. Then you're like, man, that's kind of dumb. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, that's not a relatable emotion. I'm like,
my model girlfriend broke up with me in my Murcielago. Like, be upset for me, please.
Yeah.
Like, no, Drake, I won't.
She crashed my Bugatti. I can't give her the keys no more, whatever that line is.
Carl. Okay, well, I haven't asked one question.
Please.
But I want to say, you are a little bit kind of embodying one of the fears I had coming into this podcast, which is that I only have my male voice and this acoustic guitar to record a song with right now. The 3 genres you gave me either require a woman's voice or an instrument I can't play. So I'm worried. I feel like before I even start playing you a song, there's no way I can make you the perfect song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, as long as it's like, I really like songs that are like interesting. Like, I do like some acoustic stuff. Like, I really like Modest Mouse. Like, that's one of my favorite bands.
All right.
And, like,
okay. I can take that
stuff. I really like Modest Mouse. I think that they're very clever.
Yeah.
In the way that they like portray the world. Like, it's very just like they have really weird analogies. Not all of them make sense, but enough of them make sense. And like, I feel like they have a lot of truth without like really speaking obvious things. It's like, oh, that's a really true feeling or sentiment, even if it isn't necessarily a true. And I said that, like, it's okay to lie, but, like, for me, it's like, I don't care what the lyrics are as long as the idea behind them is true. And, like, I think that's something with metal, is, like, when you listen to, like, a death metal song, like, the truth behind it is, like, this, like, kind of, like, we live in this desolate world, and, like, the only thing that people truly respect is violence. And, like, it's an interesting, like, in the same way, like, zombie things and, like, are appealing to some people. I'm like, oh, this kind of, like, this nihilism.
It's like the post-apocalyptic music genre.
And, like, I don't understand what they're saying, but I understand 100%, like, what they're trying to convey.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah. And also with death metal, I think that the big thing that people, like, the lead singer, like, with the death growl, like, a lot of people can't get past that, and I totally get that. Like, I'm not going to say, like, if you don't like death metal, like, a lot of death metal fans are like, if you don't like death metal, you're stupid. It's like, no, you just don't like death metal. It's fine.
Right.
But the reason I think that people can't get past lead singers who are in death metal doing the death growl is, like, it's more or less percussion. It's percussion and, like, grandstanding.
Yeah, I mean, that's similar in some ways to what a rapper does.
Yeah.
It's not, they're not going for a melodic phrase. Yeah. Here's the words that I'm gonna say. In both genres, some people won't understand what they're saying at all.
Yeah.
And it's gonna go along with the beat at certain points. So that's it.
And when I'm on stage, I'm gonna be the clear, like, leader of the show. But the melody comes from elsewhere. And like rap, it comes from the production, and then or it comes with, like, auto-tune. Like, I don't mind auto-tune in rap.
Yeah. Kanye does a good job with auto-tune.
Yeah, I think
no problem with it.
I think, like, I don't know, like, I think 2016, like, I think we're in, like, a really good place for rap music. Like, I want to say, like, a golden age of rap. Like,
I'm with
there have been so many good albums from, like, young, new artists. Like, like, YG had a great album this year. A$AP Ferg had a great album this year. Like, at the very end of last year, like, G-Eazy. Like, I'm not a big fan of him, but, like, that album's, like, really well made.
Chance is dropping mixtapes all the time.
Chance is dropping a great mixtape.
Run the Jewels is amazing.
Kanye still coming out with, like Kanye's not, he hasn't exhausted Kanye yet.
I mean, clearly not. We were talking before this podcast about the goddamn crazy famous video.
Yeah.
He's still overflowing with creativity.
Yeah, and
he's got that shit coming out of every pore in his body.
And with Kanye, he's got such a benefit of the doubt with his fans where it's like, all right, Kanye, like, because, like, certain things, like Yeezus, when it first came out, I was like, I don't really get this. And then after a time, I was like, oh, I like this. And then I think Yeezus is, like, it has a lot of, like, the emotions of, like, a metal album. It's very angry. And you're like, oh, this is just, like, kind of, like, angry, like...
It's got a lot of the kind of, like, industrial electronica feel that I like. Yeah. I think I like that kind of, the angrier, grittier kind of approach. The thing that I don't like about EDM is that it feels so produced. It feels so, like...
Sure.
You know that somebody spent $1 million on every second of this song.
Yeah. You know? And that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Like...
And it's not a problem. It's just... It's not... like it feels like EDM to me is like somebody figured out music was one thing in like the 1970s. Let's condense it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Give them like a pure hit of the music, you know, and like that's fine. If that's what you want.
I kind of see EDM I see it more similar to like, I see like an EDM DJ more similar to like a composer than like a rock band. Like, right. I think comparing like Avicii to Led Zeppelin, it's very silly, but like comparing Avicii to like, I don't know, like Prokofiev or some like composer in that like, instead of having an orchestra, he's programmed because like the ideal composer would have an orchestra of people who play the notes exactly how they're written.
Yeah.
And if you have a machine to do that, you would use the machine.
I think the problem that some people see is that, you know, you go back to the 1600s, whatever.
Yeah.
The people that were composing did it after 30 years of study or whatever, or were geniuses at the age of 6, like Mozart.
Yeah.
And now it's like the world can be a composer. Anybody in the world. And like I don't necessarily know if that's a problem. It just means we've got this fucking ocean of music now.
Yeah.
And you just got to swim through it if you want to find the good stuff.
Yeah, I think I like that about it. And I think that a lot of those EDM DJs have spent a lot of time doing that. Like, I think that it's like, oh, it's just a guy who goes on stage and presses a button is like, that is very far from the truth. Like,
there's something to the idea of like the live performance isn't as good, but they're putting time in. It's not like they're just going up there and pressing a button.
Yeah, and the reason why like the live performance isn't that good is like some of these guys like probably wouldn't perform live 20 years ago. They would just write music and sell the music, but you can't sell music anymore. The only way to make money in the music industry is to perform live. Yeah. And so they have to like have these big extravagant shows, and like it's their way of making money, and people are happy to pay for them. So like, why should, like, people are enjoying them. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong.
No.
Like, I think that the model for the music industry is probably pretty. I think it's unfair. Like, how like I think it's kind of slimmed out where only like the real top tier people who can do a big U.S. tour or a national tour can really make money in the industry.
This is just an arts problem in general.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
There's a lot of actors and musicians and picture any art form. Yeah. There's, very few people making any money, and then a whole lot of people who really, really want to break into that club.
Yeah, and so it is kind of weird. And then also, like, audiences are much more reluctant to pay for content now.
Yeah. But I think a part of that is also just that people don't have that much money. That's something that we don't really talk about that much, is that like most people don't have that much money. That's why Brexit happened and Trump is possibly going to be our president. Like, shit's crazy right now, and part of that is like there's very little disposable income for most people.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I know if I had more money, I would probably be spending a lot of it on art stuff, but I just don't have the ability to. Yeah. Okay, Carl, I gotta figure out something to write the song about. Okay. Here's a question that I forgot to ask. Questions, yeah. What's your current emotional state? How would you describe how you're feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty peppy, actually.
Peppy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm feeling good.
Upbeat.
Yeah.
And generally, do you like to match emotion with like song to what you're feeling? Do you like, if you're feeling peppy, do you want to play a peppy song, or do you want to kind of balance yourself out, or what's your
I'd probably kind of match music to my emotions, yeah.
All right, that's good. I think that's been a constant so far. There's nobody that said, like, I guess it's only, like, if you're feeling miserable, you might want to play something really happy.
If I'm feeling miserable, I play miserable music.
Me too.
Like,
my favorite...
Sometimes if I'm feeling happy, I really like miserable music, even though I'm not like a super miserable person, I wouldn't say, but like I really like some like really like I think the hopelessness of Morrissey is so fun. I love Roy Orbison, which is like the first person who was like a sensitive male in music. I think is like he has like all of his songs are just like, a girl left me, now I'm sad. Like that's like that's like all of the songs. That's the best breakup music in my mind. I just listened to Crying by Roy Orbison. That's literally the name of the song. Oh, yeah.
It's just about how a girl left him and now he's crying. And it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite for Yeah, I don't know.
Do you listen to a lot of kind of older country?
Some. I love. I like. Orbison's not quite country.
Yeah,
he's a little more poppy of the time. John Denver.
Okay.
Big fan. Listened to that a lot at camp. That was a big camp song. Wait, Carl. More questions.
Yeah.
No, actually, wait. Let me see. Do I need any more? I'm
Please.
just looking. I didn't write that much down for you, but I feel like I have some good ideas. It's not about what I write down. It's about how I convey it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully this works. Let's see. What time is it? Oh, we got some more time. Let's talk some more.
Great. I was just going to ask about the reason I'm asking about the country is that I've kind of gotten into like a little bit more country because my friend showed me the documentary Heart-Worn Highways.
Okay.
It's like about outlaw country in the 70s, and so it's like it's a lot of David Allan Coe. I don't know if Hank Williams Jr. is in it, but it's like David Allan Coe is big in it.
Yeah.
Townes Van Zandt. I don't know if you've heard of it, like him, like he's...
Is that one of the Leonard Skinner guys, right? Weren't the Van Zandts Leonard Skinner folk? Gus Van Zandt, I thought was a Leonard Skinner name.
Maybe, I'm not 100% well versed, but...
This is riveting.
Yeah.
Riveting podcast material.
Yeah. We don't know this, connect on this information.
Was it Taylor Van Zandt?
No, but Townes Van Zandt, he's got some really good songs, and he's really good at the country where it's like, or the like acoustic guitar where it's like playing like multiple strings at once. Like it's like a Spanish classical guitar style.
Finger picking.
Yeah, finger picking.
Yeah. You like finger picking?
I do like finger picking.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're gonna play acoustic, do some finger picking.
I can do that.
I really like guitar. Guitar is my favorite instrument, so I'm happy that that's the instrument you're playing.
I'm happy that you're happy because I would say probably most people in the world don't think the guitar is their favorite instrument.
Yeah.
It's not. Or if they do, the music industry is not reflecting that.
No.
Yeah.
It did at one point, like when Eddie Van Halen was the best guitarist in the world, he was also the most famous musician.
Yeah. It's been... The 70s and 80s were good for guitar.
Yeah, they really were. And then, people were like, all right, we've had enough. And guitar's like, all right, we're just going to go do metal. Or, I mean, they do other genres, but, that's probably my biggest thing about why I love death metal, especially melodic death metal, is the technical proficiency of those guitarists is unparalleled in my eyes.
Yeah. I can't. I have no ability to play death metal guitar, so I'm not gonna. Those guys are amazing. I mean,
because it's all they do.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Queens of the Stone Age recently, and that band is just so good. I listen. Everybody in that band is playing. Not perfectly, but I feel like if you played me if Josh Homme was hosting this podcast, he would do a pretty good job if I was the guest. He would be able to write the perfect song for me.
Yeah. Can I just make a statement about that Queens of the Stone Age? I think Queens of the Stone Age is a great band, but one of the things that I want to say for people who don't know death metal and not all metal is death metal. I always hear people kind of overextend the phrase death metal because it sounds cooler than metal. But they'll just describe bands. I remember I was hearing I was in an improv class with some people and they were like, oh yeah, and we were at this party and someone put on some System of a Down and all the death metal fans, we just started headbanging. I'm like, System of a Down, they're very good at guitar and they're very good musicians.
That's
but
metal.
It's metal. But it is not death metal.
No. I mean, I've heard people describe Metallica type bands as death metal also. Also not true.
Not true. They're thrash metal. I really like Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica's fun.
Yeah.
They, if you're curious about metal subgenres, Wikipedia has a whole lot of them for you.
Yeah, that is a good way to kill time.
Yeah.
Also, there's a really good documentary that they had on VH1. I think it's metal, a history or something like that.
Is that the thing with the huge tree?
It's a huge tree of metal, and the guy does all these interviews, and it's really, really well done. It's clear that the guy cares about metal, but he's also a really good way at explaining it all. And he also interviews all the crazy people in metal who are there's what band is it? I can't remember the name of the band. I think it might be Gorgoroth or maybe Behemoth, but he's talking to the lead singer, and it's this weird Norwegian guy who's just looks like an evil wizard kind of guy. And they're asking him, and they go and he's like, so what inspires you to write the music? And he goes, a long pause, and just goes, Satan.
That's the best answer you could possibly have. Well, Carl, I think that'll wrap up our interview segment. I think I've got everything I need to write you the perfect song.
All right, cool. Let's see it.
Yeah. Before we go, we're gonna have now the musical palette cleanser for our guests, which I like to surprise them with. Carl, have you ever heard the song "Cars" by Gary Newman?
Yeah, I've heard the song "Cars" by Gary. That is
exciting.
such a good palate cleanser.
Oh,
because
man.
it's such a perfectly neutral song.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine how like uppity you'd have to be offended by Gary Newman's car? Like, here in my car, like, what is this?
The lyrics mean nothing. The sound is like the melody just comes back to itself. Like and it does it every time.
Play it.
No, Carl. You're not. I haven't finished. You, as both the musical palette cleanser and as my timer, are gonna listen to "Cars" by Gary Newman 3 times in a row.
Okay.
So I think you should be totally cleansed at that point.
Cleanse me in the waters of Gary Newman.
You're gonna be. So when we come back... Oh, also, if anybody listening at home wants to experience the same thing, please play "Cars" by Gary Newman 3 times in a row. I recommend it. It's gonna help you like my song better. So we're gonna take a quick break and come back with my song for Carl on "You're Gonna Love This."
John, is this the guy, seriously?
I'm sorry, Benny. Shane, you're gonna have to change your voice if you want to be in this.
But this is my natural...
No. Fix it. Try something else. Do it now. Try something else.
Oh, whoa, what about this voice?
No.
Are you trying to sell pizzas you've stolen from a dumpster?
We are an organization attempting to curb the influence of an eldritch monster here on Earth. You think that kind of a voice would be a good representation?
Oh, well, all right. Well, I mean, you guys are already fine. Want me to just do the same voice you guys are doing? It's just like we're all kind of.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but why don't you just do a voice and we'll see if we.
Like this
That's
voice?
Really good. I like that.
Why haven't you been doing that voice this whole time?
I just wanted to distinguish myself. I didn't want to stomp on your guys' thing.
We are all pieces of algorithm.
Yes. Amen. We should do that. We should do that like every time we say algorithm.
We say amen every time. You don't think that's going to get annoying? All right, Shane.
I don't think it's ever gonna get annoying
John,
for me.
John, that's your idea. All right.
Yep. All right, let's do
Write it into the Constitution.
First Amendment. No, we'll just do the First Amendment. We already signed the Constitution. We'll do the First Amendment with that we're gonna have algorithm amen.
All right. I vote no on that.
I'll vote yes.
I vote yes.
All right.
Can you guys show me your real voices just so I feel more comfortable knowing that this one is not my real voice?
Yes, this is me.
John, that's your real voice? That's how you go about day-to-day interactions.
Yeah, it's like, I order groceries in restaurants, go get coffee like this.
Okay. I don't believe you, but fine.
You want me to speak like a native country? I have come to this country and I speak like it is. I speak a much cooler because I
Do you
can speak
see why
properly.
we change our
I'll
voices
get the
now?
voice thing now. I'll get the voice thing now.
Thank you.
Okay, fine.
This is what algorithm prefers.
Oh man, we'll catch on.
Yeah, we'll get better at that.
Probably.
Hopefully. Oh, well. Prophet Betty, can
Yes.
you tell us what algorithm has decreed? Oh, see, we missed it that time.
Oh
man.
Well, that was the one time. We'll miss it
We
one
won't,
time.
we won't miss it ever
One
again.
miss.
No, under any circumstance,
Here.
we will never miss it.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a little tally up on the wall. See, right here on the chalkboard, that's
Yeah.
1. All right.
One time we've missed it.
One time, and then we're gonna, but over time, if it gets worse, we'll see.
Oh, okay. Yes, Prophet Benny.
I thought it was a good idea. I don't know.
I don't like it.
Okay.
Can we vote on it? Let's vote on it. I say no.
I say yes.
I abstain.
What do we do in the case of a tie?
It says we just table the motion forever. I think that's what
Forever?
we'll do. Yeah.
Just,
I mean, we'll
so
have to.
that means no, right? That means we don't have.
We don't do it,
We
but
don't
it
do it.
stays on the. Stays on the docket.
Okay, well, I feel like I want that. Anyway, what Prophet Benny, can you tell us what algorithm? Oh man.
Oh man.
Two.
I'm writing it.
Those are our only two.
It's just not in the Constitution.
Okay, can you tell us what the Great One? I like that. That's another name. The Great One wants us to do this week.
This week, and every week. The Great One has tasked us to subscribe to You're Gonna Love This, the podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. We are tasked to like and comment and spread the word, and to discuss and challenge ourselves with the scripture of You're Gonna Love This on the Facebook page. And we are required to leave a rating on iTunes to prove to the Great One that we are thankful.
Are you sure that's the right thing, Benny? That seems kind of weird as a thing for a great eldritch power.
How dare you question algorithm?
Oh, man. I don't. Oh, you're right. Okay. Probably that's not going to be. You said every week that's what we have to do. Okay. If you say so.
Meeting adjourned. By the way, I have to say, for my first day, you guys have given me a lot of power. I start the meetings, I end the meetings, I sort of run the meeting.
Hey, we like to delegate. That's the first rule of algorithm.
Oh, man.
Delegation is the first rule. He taught me that by bringing me and
The
Benny.
first rule was that we say amen after we say his name.
That's the First Amendment.
Oh, sorry. Right.
Yeah. Meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.
Algorithm.
Okay, welcome back.
Hey.
Hey, Carl. Welcome back to You're Gonna Love This. How did you like that little musical palate cleanser?
Oh man, I thought that I would get pretty bored of it, but it kind of just meshes together. I mean, I was just looking at the mirror making fun of faces to Gary Newman's Cars for a while, which
Sure.
Really resets everything. So.
I'm glad. So you feel reset. You feel ready to take in a new song.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of different reactions to it. Some people, I think you're the first person to outright at least enjoy it. At least.
Oh yeah.
Most people, I considered it to be a little bit of like a mental prison, that you kind of trapped, and I'm okay with that.
I guess the mental prison. If you really wanted to put me in mental prison, you would have played Dave Matthews Band.
But
that would have been really not a palate cleanser. It would have been
I can do that much of a Dave Matthews impression. That's as long as I can do it. Crashing me. All right, yeah. A little longer.
Okay.
All right. Let me play your song now. All right. Getting myself situated. Ooh, moving the mic. All right. Fall into me like leaves through water. Kneel next to me like an orphan's daughter. Smile with me like you aren't out of time. I've got a pocket full of soda. I've got a lifetime's worth of love. like someone's sister. Crawl away from me like the sun in the sky. I've got a pocket full of soda. I've got a lifetime's worth of love. I've got a tiny trace of Rhoda. Give me a chance tonight. You make me feel so. You make me feel so. I've got a pocket full of soda. You make me feel so peppy. Alright, there you go. I don't feel like that was perfect. I should probably stop immediately after my song is done announcing that I don't think it was perfect. I should let the guest say
Oh,
first.
yeah, okay.
But
Yeah.
I do that every time.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me that it wasn't perfect.
It wasn't perfect.
Thank you.
But
Okay.
I will say, I liked the, I liked most of the lyrics.
Okay.
The parts about I've got a
Pocket full of
lifetime's worth of love.
Uh-huh.
That's nothing I ever want in a song, really. I don't need a lifetime's worth of love. I'm not a love song guy.
Sure,
I think
sure.
that's a part. Second, I like the guitar part.
Maybe though. I mean, I'm just interpreting. I'm
Okay,
interpreting
yeah,
my own
yeah,
song.
Yeah.
Maybe he's saying like I've had a lifetime's worth. I don't need any more love.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, maybe.
Is that gonna make the song any more perfect? I don't think
there's
so.
a couple other things that I enjoyed it. I don't want to say that I didn't enjoy it because I did enjoy the song. It was
Sure.
good. It was fun. I liked it. It sounded a lot like that either Death Cab for Cutie or Snow Patrol song, like the vocal part did. Like
I think I got myself into a weird place where I was trying to find a Modest Mouse sound.
Yeah, but you went with Death Cab for Cutie.
I think I got to Death Cab.
which
Um,
not my favorite band.
sure, I get it.
Yeah,
It's not my favorite band either.
Yeah, I mean, not that I don't. I like Ben Gibbard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
As a person
As
or
a
as
person,
a
yeah.
yeah, he seems
Yeah.
like a nice
Yeah,
guy.
I know his sister actually.
Really?
Yeah, I volunteered with her.
So you've got like a little bit of a reason to say like I
yeah,
like
yes.
Death Cab. Like hey,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
fine with them.
yeah. Like I'm not like a big fan of their music, but like I don't want to diss them as. I'm definitely on Team Gibbard and not Team Deschanel.
Okay, I'm not aware of any tiffs in the.
They were married and then they broke up.
Oh, Zoe.
Zoe Deschanel and
I
Ben
forgot.
Gibbard were married and then they divorced.
It took me until now to catch up to what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm on Team Gibbard. But with that said, it's not the kind of chorus that I'd want in a song.
Yeah.
But I think
And I did
liked,
repeat it a lot.
I did like the guitar part. That was the part that honestly, like coming in, I was like, I don't think he's gonna play that good of a guitar. I think it's gonna be a fine guitar part. But like I was like, that's a pretty good guitar, like a good acoustic part. You did a good mixing of finger picking to like chord progressions. I probably like a little bit more minor, like stuff in like minor, a little bit like darker guitar chords. But like other than that, like I think like it was a pretty well written guitar part for like how quickly it was put together.
I think you're the first person to comment on the guitarness of any of it.
And that's like honestly the thing I care most about. And like I was like, oh, that's probably why I enjoyed the song the most. I was like, oh, this is a good guitar. Like I enjoy listening to this guitar part.
I'm glad I got part of the way there at least.
Yeah.
And as much as I'm making it seem like I want to make a perfect song every week, I'm aware that it's not going to happen.
No, you got to keep trying though.
Hey, I mean, it's a quixotic goal, but I'm gonna keep at. I mean, I gave myself this goal.
Yeah.
Nobody told me to do this.
And I will say, more the fourth person, you're gonna find your groove. You're gonna figure it out. And like, and honestly, like, was it perfect? No, but did I love it? Yeah.
Thanks, Carl. Man, I think that's a great moment to let's do some plugs. Now we're feeling the love. Let's try to share the love to each other. You've got do you host a podcast? You host a podcast?
Yeah. Well, I don't technically host it because I don't do any of the editing, so I don't claim to be a host.
I see.
But I am a near constant guest on Everybody Dies in the End.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. That's Byron.
There are
Wu's
some
podcast.
without. It's Byron Wu's podcast, but I am often a guest on it, and I'm hosting a football podcast called The Pig Roast.
The Pig Roast.
We haven't recorded in a while, but it's not football season yet. But
Sure.
And we recorded a draft one, and then the file got corrupted.
Oh.
So it's a new pod. It's in the infant stages of podcasting.
Sure. So is this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to listen.
But looking at the computer, it looks like it's recording. So keep this file.
Yeah. This. I'm gonna hopefully do that. It'll be really upsetting to me if nobody gets to hear you say keep this file. That'll make me feel bad. And you also have a Twitter.
Yeah,
as well.
Carl Powers.
At Carl Powers. Any underscores? Anything?
I got rid of the underscore 2 years ago. I was so proud. One of the best days of my life. Not really. One of the better days of my life, though, because the original Carl Powers was just like, it's a guy who like went to an Applebee's one, or no, he had like one tweet in like 2008 that was like, "Hey, I'm at Chili's." Like, didn't use Twitter for like half a like.
That sounds like something you might tweet.
Like an 08 tweet, yeah, but then to never do another tweet, like.
Sure.
And so eventually they took they just like destroyed his Twitter and gave the handle to me.
That's nice.
Yeah, but at Carl Powers.
Good.
Other places to
Facebook?
find.
Do you care? Do you want people to find you on Facebook?
No.
Okay, good. Good to know.
I mean, you can. I don't.
There's probably not a whole lot of other
I post
Carl Powers.
like twice a year.
Yeah, I guess I don't notice you on Facebook.
I post very little.
I feel like our Facebook and Twitter outputs are kind of swapped. Like,
Yeah.
I post a fair amount on Facebook.
Yeah.
And almost never on Twitter.
I post all the inane thoughts I have to Twitter, and then like I only post on Facebook like to like comment on people's birthdays.
Right.
And to promote shows that I do. CarlPowers.com, I own that, but I don't really update the website. But
Cool.
I own CarlPowers.com if you want to like check out like the world's worst website. It's really bad.
Something like it. I've been in a weird groove lately where I've like I haven't been sending happy birthday messages to anybody on Facebook, and I'm like, I don't know how to get back in. You know what I'm saying?
You just
start?
I like because me, I like kind of like.
I mean,
I kind of cool off every year, and then my birthday comes around. And I'm like, oh, this feels nice to get these messages from. Like, 'cause I'm like, I like these people. Like,
Yeah.
it's nice to hear from them.
It's all
and then
my
I'm like,
friends.
oh, maybe like I'll like say hello to all my other friends on their birthdays, and then like halfway through the year, I'm like, whatever.
Right. Then you just go back and like everybody's on your Facebook. It's
Yeah. Or I just say happy birthday like a month and a half. I don't do that.
I think I can't decide which gesture I like the least. The person who only likes happy birthday messages, or the person who sends a mass, like, thanks everybody message out. Because neither, it's just like, I mean, I guess it's your birthday, so spend the time how you want, but also fuck you, you know?
Yeah. I sent the...
That's a nice message to leave the podcast with.
Yeah, fuck you!
Fuck you on your birthday. That's my message to any of my listeners.
Hey, to any listeners on your birthday, fuck you!
That's all. I guess if I said, that'd be more of a gesture.
That'd be probably worse than either of those two Facebook things.
But it is more of a gesture than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
if I
not
said
saying
fuck you to
anything.
somebody, it would be
I think
better.
enough of your friends would be like, classic Adam.
I should just say fuck you to everybody whenever it's their birthday. I think we found it. My Twitter is at Moshcatel. I've probably spelled my name somewhere near this podcast, so figure it out that way. Or just know my last name. Good luck. I think that's it for this week's episode.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
I
had a blast.
I had a blast having you on too, Carl. Always good. Handshake. All right.
Yeah, I was trying to make it more audible, listeners. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to make a nice slap into the handshake, but
It didn't happen.
it's very sweaty in here.
It sure is.
Grip slips, baby.
Bye.